Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video we're going to be talking about lots, talking about leverage, and we're going to be talking about margin. It is actually a very interesting video and I want you to actually flow with me. It is very interesting and I want you to flow with me, right? So as usual, this tutorial is sponsored or brought to you by the Chatopia masterclass, and I'm Techriz. I'll be your host in this particular section. Now, what is a lot? What is a lot? I know probably must have heard of lots. Nakam 40 lots, Nakam 100 lots. You'll be in for ritual money. But then what is a lot in actual sense? Some persons just know a lot is $10 per pip. A lot is this. And, people don't really just understand the whole ideology behind lots, leverage, and margin. And in this video, you Chatopia students must actually understand what a lot is, what a leverage is, and what a margin is, how it actually gives you, how it actually gives you your overall trading success or whatnot. Now, first, we're going to define everything. Now, a lot represents the units of a base currency. It represents what? Sorry for my handwriting, it's not very nice on screen. It represents the units of what? A base currency. Right? Then leverage gives you exposure to large amounts of currencies without having to pay the full value of your trade upfront. Now, I think when we were still on the Chatopia main masterclass, right, or the Chatopia crypto class, we talked about leverage being trading with the money you don't really necessarily have, right? Leverage is what helps you open positions that on a normal day you cannot be able to control, right? That's one of the benefits of leverage, right? It is just as simple as that. So leverage gives you more exposure. It just gives you what? More exposure to, let's just say, to higher amounts, because I cannot write out this long thing. Leverage gives you exposure to large amounts of currency without having to pay the full value of your trade upfront. That is what leverage is. Now, what is a margin? A margin is an initial deposit that is actually kept or put down to open and maintain a leveraged position. You got that? Margin is an initial deposit. It's a deposit. In fact, just imagine is what you use to open the trade. Margin is a deposit you put down to open. Sorry for my handwriting. To open and maintain a leveraged position. Sorry for handwriting, it's too bad. Handwriting is too bad. So lot represents the units of a base currency. Leverage gives you more exposure to higher amounts of currencies without having to pay the full value of your trade upfront. Then a margin is the initial deposit you put down to open and maintain a leverage. Right? Now, there are three types of lots. There is standard lots. That's what we call standard lot, which is the lot everybody knows. There is a mini lot, and then there is a micro lot. Now, a standard lot simply is what? $10 per pip. $10 a pip or $10 per pip. A mini lot is what? $1 a pip or $1 per pip. And then a micro lot is $0.1 per pip. Right? Now, it simply means that if I actually open a trade now and I use one lot, which is a standard lot, I use one lot, right? If I open a trade and I use one lot, it simply means I'm going to be, gaining what? $10 if my trade increases by what? 1 pip. If my trade increases by 1 pip, I'll be gaining what? $10. This is what? A minor lot. Now, a mini lot is, I'm going to be gaining what? $1 per every pip increase. And then a micro lot, I'm going to be gaining $0.1 per every pip increase. Right? So definitely a mini lot is what? 0.1 lot. And a micro lot is 0.01 lot. I just use mathematics. I don't know, some of you don't like mathematics, but I just use mathematics to classify the whole thing. If one lot is equal to, it's just simple maths, one lot equals to $10. How many lots? X lot equal to $1. Sorry, you guys start saying I'm bringing mathematics to the whole thing. You cross multiply. You have 10x equal to what? 1 times 1 is 1. X, 10 goes over, you have x equals to 1 over 10 equal to what? 0.1. So you can see 0.1. So it simply means that a mini lot is 0.1 what? Lots, which is equal to what? $1 per pip. And a micro lot is 0.01 lots. If you still do the same maths, which is $0.1 per pip. As simple as that. Now let's proceed. It is getting interesting. Let's proceed, right? Now, a standard lot, like I said, is what? $10 per pip, right? $10 a pip. This simply means it is what? 100,000 units. Just have to note that. 100,000 units. A mini lot is what? $1 per pip. $1 per pip, right? It is what? 10,000 units. 10,000 units. And then a micro lot is what? $0.1 per pip. Per pip, which is what? 1,000 units. Right? It's 1,000 units. Now, let's talk about your broker leverage. Now, let's say your broker is the person that provides for you leverage, and is the person that provides for you leverage to your trading. Now, your broker, let's say your broker provides 100:1 leverage, which is in crypto you say is 100x leverage. So this is 100:1 leverage, right? Almost the same thing as 100x leverage, right? This is like more like a standard. Most firms offer, most prop firms, most brokers offer 100 and above. You can see some of them even offer unlimited leverage. Some of them offer 1,000 leverage and they stop, and all of that. Leverage has a way of making you actually earn a lot. Leverage has a way of doing it. Now, let us do an example. Now we have what? Example. Mathematics students, get ready. Non-mathematics students, still get ready. You're going to understand. Now we say 1 lot of EUR. Whenever I say EUR, is EU, or let me not say EUR, let me say EU, so that I mean euro dollar. EU. Euro dollar. So now 1 lot, it simply means that 1 lot of euro dollar is like, let's say 100,000 units, right? Which is standard lots, right? Now let's say your broker is providing a leverage of 100:1, and let's say your margin is $1,000. Let's say you're rich. $1,000 is how much in naira now? 870k. You're a rich man. Well, this is not necessary for us. Use naira, infect ourselves. Now we have these values. 1 lot of EU is what? $100,000. This is the standard lot. The standard lot is 1 lot. 100,000 units rather, not dollars. 100,000 units. Leverage the broker is providing is 100:1, and your margin, that's the money you have, is $1,000. Now let's say this is without leverage. Let's say you're trading without leverage, just to show you how important leverage is. And here you're trading with leverage. You're trying to do a simulation. You're trading with leverage. Now remember, leverage is what actually makes you trade with the money you don't have at the moment, right? So let's say your lot is what? Your lot is 0.5. Your trade value is what? 50,000. Remember, how did I get 50,000? Some persons might ask. Now, 0.5 lots. Remember that 1 lot is 100,000. So this is half of 1. 0.5 is half of 1, which is now 50k, right? So your leverage is what? 1:1, because there's no leverage. Yeah. And then your margin to open this trade. For you to open this trade, it simply means you need to have $50,000 to open this trade without leverage. Right? You need to have $50,000 to open a 1 lot position. To open a 0.5 lot position rather, without leverage, you need to have $50,000. So if your broker does not provide any leverage for you, it simply means that you need to have $50,000 to open a 0.5 lot position. You can see how very crazy that is. Very, very crazy. Now let's say you have profits. Let's say you make profit of like 300 pips, right? Times $5. You know that You know that we are using 0.5 lots, right? And 0.5 lots is the same thing as $5 because one lot is $10. So whatever we're doing, we're going to be doing it half. It's just simple mathematics. I don't bring you easy questions for you to actually chew through them. We'll deal with hard ones. Now, 300 times 5, use a calculator, you have something like this, 1,500. So for you to actually open a 0.5 lots position, now 0.5 lots is going to be what? $5 per pip, right? $5 per pip, because one lot itself is $10 per pip. So 0.5 is half of one, which simply means $5 per pip. $5 is half of 10. Simple logic, right? Simple logic. Now we've calculated without leverage. Let's say you're trading without leverage. Now let's calculate for someone who is trading with a leverage. Now, right? So now we have lots. Our lots now is the same thing, the same lot. We want to open a 0.5 lot position. The trade value now will change. TV will change. Okay, the trade value for a 0.5 lot position is $50,000. $50,000, right? Because it is what? 50,000 units, which is half of one lot is 100,000 units. So 50,000 units. Get that out of the way, right? So now our broker is offering us a leverage of what? $100. Sorry, 100:1. Right? Now we have our margin. I know at some point you say you don't want to use this mathematics for anything, but please listen. Your margin now we're going to require to open a 0.5 lots position is what? Is only $500. Right? Why? Some person might ask why. Now your broker is offering you a leverage of 100:1. So it simply means that this is just like 100x leverage. Now, it simply means that your trade value divided by your leverage, which is $50,000 divided by 100, cancel. You have what? 500 left. That is why you can only use a margin of $500 to open a position of 0.5 lots. Now your profits would be what? $1,500 still from 300 pips. Now, can you tell me who is at an advantage? Now, this person without leverage needs to bring a margin of $50,000, which is the exact trade value or the exact units for a 0.5 lots position without leverage, no leverage. So he needs to bring that exact amount, which is the same amount of trade value that a 0.5 lots offers. But now this person that his broker offers a 100:1 leverage just needs to bring $500 or needs to put down $500 in order to open a position of $50,000, which is 0.5 lots. Right? You can see how leverage actually helps you. Right? You don't need all of this knowledge, but you just need to have this type of things at your back end. Now, to calculate your margin required, I told you guys that margin required is this. Your trade value divided by what? Your leverage. That was how we had $50,000 divided by 100 to give you your margin required as 500. So let's say your broker offers 1,000 leverage, not 100. 1, 2, 3. It simply means that with $50 only, $50, you can be able to open a position of 0.5 lots and nothing goes up. Even also, I heard that on XNet Pro, you have unlimited number of lots, unlimited number of leverage, which means that you can even use $1. You can even use $1 to open a position of 0.5 lots. True. Right? So that is just it. That is how you make money from the forex market. So you can see that when you combine all of this, your position sizing and every other thing, you begin to make ritual money, like money that is alarming. Now, high leverage equals to what? High potential profits, right? Which equals greed, and then low success rate. It leads to low success rates. Leverage does not increase your edge at all. No, it merely just takes you to where you're headed quickly. Leverage takes you to where you're headed quickly. It takes you to your destination quickly. If I say I want to make $50,000 on this account, and I don't have like, let's say, a certain amount of money, with a good leverage from my broker, I can be able to use less, which is what I have. I can be able to use what I have, which is a lesser value than I should have, and I'll open a position, and with the leverage, I can be able to get to that $50,000 without spending so much. That is what leverage actually does for you. Leverage is a powerful tool for professional traders, but it's a fatal attraction for emotional traders. These were the words of Photon. These were the words of Photon. So have that at the back of your mind. Your leverage is very important. Your lots, a standard lot is equal to 100,000 units, and all of those things we've talked about. Have that at the back of your mind and just constantly keep practicing it, right? So I think we've come to the end of this section, this segment. In the next video, I'll show you how to actually position size using, in fact, you would not need all of these things, because even with only Nash markets alone, Nash markets can calculate for you all these things, can calculate for you, can actually ask you to input your leverage, ask you to input your everything. Nash market will show you everything, both your RR, both your lot size, both your margin, every fucking thing, right? So this is just having the mental, I just want you guys to have the mental background at the back of your head, because without these fundamentals, you cannot be able to speak like a professional when you're called up to, right? So this is I hope you've understood. This is it's very easy, very, very easy. So just relax and go through it again. You see that it's very easy, just simple mathematics. Have it at the back of your mind. So in our next video, we're talking about position sizing using Nash market. Then we don't have to go down to MT4 and MT5 tutorials, and that will be it. Thank you all for actually listening to my gibberish from the beginning to the end of this video. I do hope for your success, and I do hope that these things actually stick with you, even though you're not going to use them so much, but have it at the back of your mind. Nash Market is going to do the deal for us. XNET app is going to do the deal for us, and a lot of other brokers that are out there with very good position sizing app. Even if you're a Funded trader, Funded has a trade manager on the dashboard to help you calculate your position size correctly. Some persons use FS Book, some persons use FS Calculator, some persons use whatever they want to use, and it's fine, right? So we've come to the end of today's video. I'll see you all in the next video.